people that won't be able to make it here. So just wanted to make sure everyone knows.
Okay. Welcome everybody to our AIAS kickoff. I'm really glad you all came to our Zoom meeting. This is not, well, most years this is not what it looks like. But this is all that we can do, and we're making really good use of, oh, all right. Hello, my name is Maria Berg. I'm this year's president. I'm in Studio 3 in the BS program. And my fun fact is that by next year is delayed because of the pandemic. Also, this is last year's fun fact. Just kept it the same. I'll be a dual citizen with Luxembourg. And I joined AIAS when I was a transfer student, because it's especially hard to meet other students as a transfer, and it just made sense since I was in School of Architecture, and it's worked out.
All right, and hello everyone. My name is Austin Peterson. I'm the vice president this year with the AIAS. I sit on the AIA Minneapolis board, and I'm also the National Ethics Committee chair for the AIAS. I go by they, them pronouns. I'm in my 5th studio with a Bachelor of Science, and I'm minoring in Fine Arts. I joined the AIS because I wanted to be a part of a community of like-minded people, and I wanted to get professional experiences and be able to network while in school already. I've also realized throughout my experience with the AIS that I kind of want to work to change the world in a professional kind of environment. I think that's where my mind works best.
So our mission, the American Institute of Architecture students at the University of Minnesota provides a community of resources, encourages and embraces advocacy, and inspires cross-disciplinary involvement and communication. I'll go through and read this. So we, as AIAS, we are one of 5, should I say, governing bodies of the AIA? No. Yeah, I think so. And so the AIA came out with their own statement on the events of this summer in the civil unrest and the killing of George Floyd. And so AIAS Minnesota stands closely with our 2 related organizations, AIAS National and AIA Minnesota, in their recent statements. Racism is and continues to be inseparable from the realm of architecture. Although many of us may not learn about this in our architecture history classes, some of us have unfortunately been forced to experience this firsthand. As a predominantly white profession and organization, we recognize that through our own actions and inactions, through our own lack of care and courage, we have contributed to this exhaustion and pain. People are more important than buildings, and each and every one of us has the responsibility to work towards justice and uplift those of us who need it the most. We are challenging each other to never accept complacency and dedicating ourselves to hold our profession and schools accountable for its transgressions, promises, and its potential. The best of the built environment comes from collaboration, diversity, and inclusivity. By working together, we can change our communities and our own profession for the better. But at first, we have to confront our own history and systemic problems that we've contributed to, and move forward with resolve and humility. So we kind of looked inwards. Austin and I and a few other members of the board this summer looked at our bylaws, reviewed them, and came to the conclusion that we are a predominantly white student group, as well as the School of Architecture is predominantly white. We feel that maybe one inhibitor of this, the $55 membership fee, definitely to everyone, it's kind of a one, it's a turn off, but at the same time, you get a lot of access to important information and opportunities. So we have started this year membership reimbursements as part of our efforts towards advancing a profession and culture that is inclusive, equitable, and diverse. We are offering a reimbursement of the $55 membership fee to BIPOC students, Black and Indigenous people of color. This is now a core mission in our bylaws. So there is a Z-link. You will need to become a member first, fill out this form, we'll verify that you're a member, and then we will send you a check with the $55 reimbursement. So become a member, fill out form, we verify, we send you check, you get your money back.
Just so everyone is clear, this is for BIPOC students in order to increase membership in that area.
So how we do it, our mission statement says our community of resources, advocacy, and cross-disciplinary involvement. We'll go through all the ways that we make this possible.
So AIAS is more than just a local group. We're actually a national organization, and we're one of the 5 collateral organizations that guide the profession of architecture in our nation. So the 5 groups are the ACSA, the AIA, the American Institute of Architecture Students, NAB, and NCARB. And each of these groups contributes to the field of architecture in a different way. Next. So AIAS is governed by a national board of directors, and on that national board of directors, there are quadrants. There's the president and vice president, and those are both paid positions. Then there are quad directors, and those are kind of volunteer positions. And then there are the liaisons to the other collateral organizations, our past president, and the executive director. And if you go to the AIAS website, you can look at and email and call any of these people. Next. So there's a lot of people who are involved in the AIAS nationally. We have 5,000, I believe 5,300 members as part of our AIAS family. And basically, there's a lot of room to make connections with many different people across the country. In subdividing that group further, we are a part of the Midwest Quad. The Midwest Quad consists of the states in purple, and then there are also 3 other quadrants within our country, and then there is an international quadrant. And the international quadrant includes people from the Middle East, Latin America, and China. Next. The AIAS is governed by the Council of Presidents. So Maria is your delegate at the Council of Presidents this year. Basically, any changes to our bylaws, any major changes within our organization come from Maria's vote. So as for your delegate to the national board, you should be talking to Maria about all of the issues that you have with the profession of architecture. But you can also talk to our entire board, and we'll make sure it gets to her as well. So as we kind of move forward, we'll have our committee members and our board members and our Freedom by Design showcased. So be sure to write down their names and emails in order to reach out to them. Or if you want to just email to our AIAS email, you can do that as well. But the COP meets twice a year. But there's also national committees and task forces. And as I said at the beginning, I'm a part of the ethics committee. I'm the ethics committee chair. but anyone can join those task forces and committees. You just have to apply for them at the end of the summer is when those applications go out. And there's a whole list of committees and different task forces. And each of these are working hard to provide content to the members of the AIAS. We also have different competitions, which are really easy to enter. They go on a quarterly basis, run on a quarterly basis. Right now, we're in the in-studio render and sketch competition. So basically, all you have to do to apply for these competitions and potentially win money is be an AIAS member and post a render or sketch to your Instagram account and tag the correct people in that post. And then you're entered into a competition where you could win up to $1,000. And not that many people post on these, so your likelihood if you post is probably pretty good to win, so do it. New this semester, kind of replacing our AIAS mentorship program, is a tutorial program. We're going to be working with the Design Fundamentals 1 and 2 group, as well as some other courses in order to provide outside of class tutorials on technology and resources that might not be covered directly in class. So look out for those as we kind of continue forward in this semester. Thanks. Now we'll pass it off to our Freedom by Design group.
Hey everyone, Julia and I are roommates, so we're doing this from the same computer. So I'm Rachel Cadillo, and I'm the UMN chapter Freedom by Design director for this semester. My pronouns are she, her. I'm in the Bachelor of Science program, Studio 5. There's my email if you want to contact me. I joined AIAS to create a network of students who were more further along in the program than I was, so I could kind of use them as mentors. My fun fact is the next slide. Oh, this is my puppy. I got him this summer. His name is Ozzy, after Ozzy Osbourne from Black Sabbath, so he's a hoot. Okay.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I am the project manager for the U of M Freedom by Design chapter. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm also in the BS Studio 5. My fun fact is actually not super fun, but my freshman year, I nearly sliced my finger off with the bandsaw in our very own Reps and Fab Lab. So this is my message to everyone to please be careful and consult with the people who work there, because they want to help you, and then you won't lose feeling in your finger. Anyways, my email is listed, and I guess I joined AIAS just looking for new ways to get involved, like in my school and in the professional realm, and so I think it was kind of a good place to start. There's lots of opportunities to learn and grow and make lots of friends. And before we move on, we're also going to have
we have a couple other board members for Freedom by Design. Some of them you'll hear from later, but if Chris and Noah just want to introduce themselves and tell us their roles, that would be great.
Sure, I'm Noah, and I'm the Public Relations Manager for Freedom by Design. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm also in Studio 5. So I handle all stuff, public relations, social media.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go with he, him. I am the Freedom by Design treasurer for the year, and I am also in Design Fundamentals 1. So, like, I'm assuming some of you in this Zoom call, you might be in my class with me. So if you ever need to reach out about how to join, just looking for more info, go ahead and reach right out to me. Send me a chat in Zoom, or I can be reached at lars6839@umn.edu, and I can also post it in the chat because I'm probably not going to remember.
super cool.
Thank you.
So moving right along. Rachel, what is Freedom by Design?
Thank you so much for asking that, Julia. Freedom by Design is a program within AIAS, but we kind of operate, we operate with AIAS, but also as a separate student organization. So we have our own board who works with the AIAS board, but we also are going to be running our own project this year. So it's a design build organization, meaning that the goal of it is to actually go out in the community and do a service project, design something, and then actually build it and construct it in real life. So in past years, you can see some past projects. A pretty big one that we did a couple years ago and won some awards for was designing a musical playground for a school for children with special needs. So that's sort of what we kind of describe as what the ideal project would be. Obviously, COVID makes it look a little bit different, so we'll get into that later. We can go to the next slide. So Julia, why should I join AI or Freedom by Design?
That is an excellent question. First off, you get a lot of real life design experience, which is always just fun to get more of that in there anywhere you can. And getting lots of hands-on work, especially getting to learn how to use the stuff in the shop. Once again, please be careful with heavy machinery. One of the big pluses of our group is actually that you can work on gaining your AXP hours for your NCARB record, which is your architectural experience points, and that you have to, if you didn't know, you have to gain a certain number of those hours in order to achieve licensure as an architect. So it's just a nice way to get kind of a jump start on that. And once again, you get to meet some cool new friends. So Rachel, how do you plan to do a design build project during a pandemic?
Again, Julia, great question. So our project this year is a surprise. Yeah, it's in the works, but basically we had a project that we were really excited about, and we had started thinking about it several months ago, but with COVID continuing a lot longer than anyone expected, that kind of got thrown out the window. So now we are looking at doing more of an internal focus project. The board is working with faculty at the school right now to try to develop something we're actually going to do right within Rapson Hall that all of our own students can use. So we're basically going to be addressing pandemic related issues directly through design build. So it's not official yet, but when we have the finalized project, you should tune into our general meeting where we're going to tell everyone about it. All right. Okay, Julia, what should I do next?
Check out our website. The link is right there. And just if you subscribe to the newsletter, you'll automatically start receiving emails and updates. So we'll be sending out info soon about our first meeting where we will be introducing the project. It's coming soon, we promise. And for now, general meetings will be hosted via Zoom, but we want to see if there's maybe some way we can make some in-person things happen later on, especially when we get to the building. Which will obviously be BYOM, bring your own mask. So if you're planning on attending that, you're gonna have to be like these cool dogs on the slide and wear a mask. And just wear masks in general. Thank you.
So yeah, that's Freedom by Design. Please reach out to Julia or I, or really anyone on the board if you have specific questions. Otherwise, go get on our email list through our website and stay tuned. Our first general meeting, and where we're going to actually talk about what we're designing and building this year, is going to happen in the next month. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you there, whether it's masked up in person or via Zoom. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, next we have our AIAS board members. We'll have them introduce themselves and the committees that they stand on.
All right, guys. Hi, everyone. I'm Alicia. I also go by Sion. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm in Studio 1. And a fun fact about myself is that my nickname at home is the Honey Badger because A, my Vietnamese name Hung fits inside Honey Badger, and B, because I can be a pretty badass sometimes. My contact email address is on the slide. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have at all, and I can answer them or direct you to someone who can. I became involved in AIAS early on in my year, so like freshman year, to learn more about the architecture field and profession in general, and to connect with other students who have similar goals and interests as me. Yeah, and I, as the secretary, kind of like work on the behind the scene operations, organization, and I also plan some events as well. I'll pass it on to Vanessa, our treasurer.
Oh, and actually one thing that's cool is that Alicia was a member back in high school. You can do that as a high school student. You can be a member.
Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa. I'm a treasurer at the AIAS and I'm also the secretary for Freedom by Design. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm also in the BS Architecture Studio number 5. My fun fact is that I have a dog named COVID. Yes, we got him recently, but he's not a puppy. He's about 1 year old. We don't know. My contact's there if you want to reach out, feel free. And the reason that I joined AIAS and Freedom by Design is to connect with architecture students, especially outside my studio, and also to learn more about the profession.
Unmute. There we go. My name is Sam. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm a third in Studio 3 right now at the BS program at the U. That's my contact information there if you guys want to reach out to me. And I'm the professional committee chair of the board. So basically that kind of just entails reaching out to professionals in regards to events that we're hosting, or just kind of trying to create a community around AIS and the professional world as well. So that kind of leads into actually some of the events that we're going to be having, including the fireside chats, which are going to be a monthly, oh yeah, can you go to the next slide, sorry. It's going to be a monthly discussion, basically, the first Friday of each month before studio, so basically noon to 1-ish, about how COVID is actually going to be impacting the architecture profession as we know it in 3 different ways. So basically, like through the construction phase and how COVID is going to affect that, as well as how it's going to affect studio life and students going into the profession at the time, right now and in the next couple of years, as well as how we approach and think about space within an urban context or even a rural context, and how that relates to social distancing and measures such as that. So we got a couple speakers there, Tom Fisher and Gabriel Cuellar, as well as potentially a construction project manager at the university that will be talking about some of these topics. So I'm really excited.
Hi, I'm Lauren Thompson. I'm the events committee chair. I go by she, her, and hers. I'm the first year Studio 1 in the BX architecture program. I have an addiction to getting plants and rocks from like any place that I find them. So if you guys like to plan events and go to events, look ahead at some of the things that I planned. I come up with a lot of the events that we do and then also plan them with other people. You can also look on our calendar as well. I try to get people more involved in these AIS programs, so.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Mira. So I'm chair of the Public Relations Committee this year. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I'm in the BS program in Studio 5 this fall. My fun fact is that I love painting. I actually used to teach watercolor back in the day, so super fun. Basically what the Public Relations Committee entails is managing the chapter's overall appearance. So that ranges from designing event graphics and posters, updating social media accounts, and creating the look of and maintaining the website as well. So feel free to reach out to me as well if that sounds interesting.
Hi everyone, my name is Patrick. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am a senior in the BDA program. A fun fact is I'll be conducting my own research this semester, which I'm really excited about. If you're interested in sustainable design, want to talk to me about it. I am on the membership committee, which focuses on recruitment and getting more members in each program. And we do have an opening for the pre-arc representative and the BDA representative if you're interested in either of those. And it's pretty easy to just kind of talk to each of your classes about what's going on in the AIAS.
I'm Nathan. Hold on. Pronouns he, him, his. I'm also a BDA senior. My fun fact is I had to ID Joe Maurer. So the story behind that, I'll just explain it. I work for FedEx, and if you deliver alcohol, you have to ID the person. And I actually went to Joe Maurer's house, and I had to look at his ID, and it was kind of funny actually.
Where's his house?
In Grove, if you want to stalk him. Yeah, it was actually pretty weird. I was like, oh, this is actually Joe Maurer. Anyway, so my contact is that. So why I initially joined is also Maria, I was a transfer student and I kind of wanted to just meet people. But I initially also just wanted that resume boost because if you do join, it is a good thing to tell people, especially like professionals when you want to get a job or anything. But yeah, anyway, I quickly realized that pretty much it's a great way to just get glimpses into the actual professional side of it and just meet plenty of people. Yeah, and then for historian, I pretty much just do applying for awards for both of the groups and trying to work to kind of like mesh the groups in different ways. If you do want to be a part of AIAS, I would recommend coming to FBD because it is fun. And Julie and Rachel will find a good project. I believe in them. There's plenty of things to do. We'll pick one. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you for believing in us.
I got you.
All right, my name is Ben Dosh. I am the AXP licensing advisor for AIAS. I go by he, him, his. I'm in the dual master's program, so I'm doing my final year of the MARC as well as doing the MSRP program. My fun facts, I like to get outside, go biking, especially with COVID, stuck in here all day. If anyone wants to get a hold of me, my email is there on screen. And basically what I do for AXP licensing, I'm here to support students by navigating through licensure and kind of start talking to people about NCARB records with their NAB accredited degree, things like that. And why I joined AIAS was because it just seemed like an opportunity to meet people outside of your classes and courses. I remember in BS, there's like the 30 of us that went from class to class every day. That's who you see every day, all day. So get to see some familiar face there on wraps, and then I got a small plug, Maria, next. Yes. So someone mentioned it before. Austin was talking about it. So we do have the 5 collateral organizations. There will be an event that we're planning coming up later this semester where I'll do a more thorough kind of explanation of the path to licensure for those interested. So kind of just a little quick thing, I'll be talking about these different 5 collateral organizations. And then on the next slide is kind of what we'll be focusing on primarily. And that's the AXP program. It used to be IDP, but it's the Architectural Experience Program. And outside of the exams, this is the other key piece that you need to get licensed. So it's about 4,000 hours of working in these related 6 fields to architecture. So yeah, if you're curious about that, have questions, you can either reach out or we'll be sending out the invites for when this event comes.
Okay, we have our upcoming events, and yes, this is Marin's. This is Marin's event.
Okay, so this Friday we actually have the watercolor painting at the Mill Ruins Park. It's a great way to actually like talk to people in person and just kind of have a free night where you can have fun and paint. So we will be providing the watercolor paper, the cups for the water, and then paper towels. So bring anything else like brushes or paints and water-based markers that you want, or just other fun mediums.
Bring
We
your
also,
mask too.
whoop,
Bring your mask too.
oh yeah, gotta love those masks. Okay, so we also have the movie nights that are coming up on Fridays as well. So there's a survey going around through the emails. If you sign up for the newsletters, you can find it. And then you'll take that survey to figure out what movie we all want to watch. And then if you want, you could also put in like a suggestion for where you would like to watch the movies. We have to figure out a good location, preferably not on campus, because we can't really meet on campus yet.
All right, guys. So I'll be leading the Yoga in the Park event, and this will be taking place on Monday, September 28th at the East River Flats Park, which is the park behind Kaufman, nearby or alongside the Mississippi River. And it's going to be from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning. So if you're interested, register there at the link on this slide. It'll be a first 10 people sign up, first come, first serve basis for them. And yeah, bring a mask, your own yoga mat, and work out.
We also,
No.
we also have a lot of opportunities for travel at the AIAS. This semester, we're unsure of whether we'll be going. We won't be going anywhere physically, but virtually, we'll be at the Midwest Quad Conference, which is hosted at Bowling Green State University. That runs from October 23rd to 25th, and it's all online. And we actually have 6 individuals who will pay for their registrations. So if you're interested in going to this conference, you can fill out that Z-link and we'll let you know if you can go. We'll pay for your registration. It's a $30 registration, and it includes a swag bag, I think, that they'll mail to you. So you should definitely consider going to it. It should be a great time to meet some people in your quadrant, so those purple states that we had originally showed. And they have a lot of things planned. You can also look up Revitalize Midwest Quad, and I believe that'll bring their website up. We also go to national conferences. The above 2 pictures are from Grassroots in Washington, D.C., which we typically attend every July. And then we also typically go to a forum conference. That will be virtual this year. It will be hosted from Chicago. And last year we went to Toronto, which was a really fun time. So if you're interested in any of these fun events, become a member of the AIAS, fill out the z.umn.edu/Midwest in order to apply for a free registration. And we'll most likely have registrations for forum once they release that too. So be on the lookout for that. These are all great experiences to get connected with your friends from around the nation.
Also, so in a year and a half, I'm pretty sure forum will be held in Denver. For those of you that are still here. So look forward to that. Oh, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, so this is a new thing. So AIAS Nationals are hosting a town hall. I didn't get a graphic for it because they haven't posted one, but it's from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Saturday, September 26th, and you can go and register at that link. You can ask your national officers any question you'd like about the AIAS. Be sure to Slack them first, apparently, but they'll also be answering other things, answering just what is the organization and who does it benefit and why is it here? So look up that.
And so also normally this is held in person, but the AIA Minnesota virtual conference it's different from last year where it'll take place 3 Tuesdays in October. I believe if you're in materials and methods, Dan Handine usually has you attend this conference. Check it out. I don't know if he's doing that this year, but nonetheless, they have a reduced fee for students, $25. It will cover the full 3 days. And then this year they have a free registration option for recent graduates who have been unable to find work. So contact us about that if you're interested. And then the AIA Minnesota Homes by Architects Tour. You can explore homes all around the state virtually. I do this every day on Zillow. So this will be super cool. And it only costs $10 for students. Again, it's awesome. We always get reduced prices for all these events. And so might as well take advantage of it when you're a student.
I would also recommend you all look at that website where they're hosting the virtual tour. It's really cool. And the tours aren't normal. I think they're also going to have like potentially videos of the homeowners talking about it or the architects talking about it. I don't remember exactly what they'll have, but that Matterport website is really cool.
You want to talk to you? Or you want me to talk?
No, you're talking. This is yours. Sorry.
Okay. So kind of like I mentioned earlier, we have an opening for a BDA representative and a pre-arch representative to meet with the membership committee to talk about the needs of each program, make announcements within studios and other classes, kind of spread more information for the AIAS. It's really easy, pretty informal. It's a really good way to like meet more people too. If you're interested in that, you can email me, you can email AIAS, any of us.
And we'll have you stay back after this presentation ends in the Zoom meeting, just to go over it a little more. Okay. Yeah, so there's all of our, follow us on Instagram, which is not listed. And also, please fill out our involvement survey. Yeah, thank you all for coming.
Mm-hmm. The involvement survey will be the place where you can sign up for your to receive our newsletter and to sign up for other committees that we have.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight. We're open to questions if you have them. Yeah, it's a great turnout, so we're happy.
And come to Friday's event. Come paint watercolors.
Oh yeah, are you coming? I'll go with you. Go.
Me? Andy, oh my gosh, hi, I was gonna text you.
You live right there. It's like a walk away.
Well, I'll pick you up.
If I become a member, then are most of the events free, or is it just like the conferences that cost money?
Yep, typically just the conferences cost money. Members receive a discount on the conference price, and typically we also have a lot of funding available that we send. Last year we sent 11 people to Forum in Toronto for free, pretty much. So this year we expect to have a lot of registrations basically too. And just like we said for the Midwest Quadrant Conference, we have 6 registrations that we can give out.
Sweet, thank you.
Mm-hmm. We don't even have to talk about the AIAS business. We could just chat if you want.
If you're interested, stick around for to learn more about the BDA student representative and pre-arc representative. Otherwise, we'll see you on Friday night at the Mill Ruins. Bye.
Can I
Thanks
ask
all for
another
coming.
question? So I noticed that a lot of you guys are BS students, and then there's a couple BDA students. Could you guys maybe explain like the advantages or differences? Because the only thing I've really heard is flexibility, and I don't really know exactly what that means yet because I'm a pre-arc student still. So yeah, if any of you guys could just explain more on that.
They'll talk to you a lot more in depth about it, probably in DF2. They'll bring in advisors usually and like give you a full rundown if you're a pre-arc student right now. But I guess like if we can speak on it just as our experience in the program. Bachelor of Science program is a little bit more of like what you think of traditional architectural degree, just in the way that like studios are laid out in a certain order and you follow them. And your schedule is kind of set for you. BDA is a little bit more pick and choose. But both of them can get you to licensure. Both of them can get you into grad school. So they're both great programs. There's just a little bit different in how they run.
I like to think about it as what learning style do you kind of mesh with? Do you like a structured learning style, or do you want to be able to kind of create your degree? And that's kind of the difference. The BS, you have set courses you have to take every semester, and then you move on to the next set. The BS, you also kind of have a cohort of students that follow you. The BDA, you kind of jump between different groups. Patrick or Nate, do you want to speak on that, on the BDA at all?
I can talk a little bit. Yeah, so the BDA is a little more kind of pick and choose what type of studio and what kind of information you want to learn about. And you do